we are back. Is that what you said? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I'd like to reconvene to open session.
Redlands,
It
can
is
you hear
now
us?
5:56 p.m.
Redlands can hear you.
Oh, did I need to wait again? I'm good. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. No action to report out. The board will continue this. We'll continue to the end of the agenda to finish discussion.
The closed session
Oh,
item
sorry.
will be continued to the end of the agenda. Oh, I'm sorry. The closed session item will be continued to the end of the agenda in order to continue the discussion, but there was nothing to report out.
That is accurate. Sorry. I couldn't read my own writing. I apologize. Okay, moving on to item number 8, approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
A motion to approve. I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstains? Oh, well, I think we should have waited for David. Sorry.
Yeah,
Can I just count him as an abstain?
right. No, he did.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I turned that up. We were freezing, but I don't think it needs to be 78. I just wanted it off immediately.
So,
No, it is warm now.
yeah, the reconvene time is 5:56 in response to your question. The vote was taken, that just one board member was absent, so they will not be counted on the vote.
Okay, moving on to item number 9, communication from the public. Redlands, I will start and confirm with you. Do we have anyone at your site that would wish to speak tonight?
Not today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for confirming. And do we have anybody at the Santa Clarita location that would like to speak tonight? Somebody filled out a form?
Hmm.
Oh, did we fill out a form? Okay, wonderful.
My name is Victoria Scornia. I'm a parent of 3 kids here at Gorman. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to express some really difficult feelings about the information and how it has been portrayed, not only to the parents, but also to our students. It is highly inappropriate that filming was done on our campus and then publicly released on social media by another school so that our students were, and I see confused looks, but you can go on Santa Clarita Christian School's website or on their Facebook page right now. There are 2 videos that are public that show our classrooms. They show our address. It shows aerial views and all of this claiming that this is their 2nd campus already. It shows a map on how to get here, and it is inappropriate. It is also inappropriate that this information was not given to parents prior to this being made public. It is also inappropriate that teachers on our resource center were talking about it in classrooms with our students. That's my first point. My second point is during the executive director lunch Zoom meeting on Wednesday, I specifically asked what steps have been taken to have a dialogue with Sulphur Springs in order to get our charter renewed. Hart District is on board, Sulphur Springs is not. What was done? The answer to my question was their position has been made clear and we are not doing anything else. At the end of 2 years ago, there was a video sent out by the executive director that specifically called for a parent coalition so that we could go and we could work with the Sulphur Spring community or the Sulphur Springs School District, which is where I come from. I left there to come here, so I know how they work. We heard nothing else about that. Nothing. We filled out forms, we asked questions, we wanted to get involved. And the answer was, their position has been made clear and we are not going forward with it anymore. So again, the transparency or lack thereof and the lack of communication and the lack of empathy and caring for our students. I mean, we already saw what happened at our last resource center, and unfortunately, I feel like that's what's happening here, but it needs to be handled better. And as a board, you need to do better for our students, and you need to, it's just been really awful these last couple days, and I know I'm not the only parent that feels that way. I'll concede whatever time is left.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Do we have any other members from the public that wish to speak tonight? Okay. Moving on to item 10, comments from board members concerning items not on the agenda. Do we have any comments from board members not on the agenda? Okay, moving on to item 11, consent agenda presented by our executive. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
A motion to approve.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it. Motion approved. Okay, moving on to our item number 12, report and communication to the Board of Directors presented by Olivia Duran.
In the packet there, we had our PDD beginning of August. Got better? Beginning of August, we had our PDD where all the staff gathered together to start off the beginning of the school year. We had Mark Schumacher, who is an educational comedian, made everyone laugh. We were also reminded to make music during our day, to think about our legacy, encouraged us to reconnect with our colleagues and to celebrate and have gratitude for each other. And the most important is to be that one person for a student. So he was encouraging us to just be that light for the students. We also had Ruby Payne, Dr. Ruby Payne, who's world-renowned speaker and author, joined us and presented on her framework for understanding poverty, enlightened many about the different ways society thinks and views education, how important our thinking is to the connection with families. Overall, PDD, we heard great feedback about the presenters and learning, and I included a picture there. I don't think we've ever taken a staff picture of everyone, so included that in the board packet. I also included upcoming events. Picture Day for Antelope Valley is, they have a picture day set up for September 25th, so those students can receive pictures. We also have CSDC conference coming up. A small handful of us are going to attend in Palm Springs, October 5th through the 8th. I believe Sarah was wanting to attend that, so we'll follow up with that. There was also 2 sessions at that conference on Wednesday, the 8th, that have to do with executive director and board. One is called Find, Hire, and Keep Leaders, a how-to session for boards and executives. And then another one is Revamping Evaluations to Build a Strong Board Director Partnership. So if I would like to have board members come to that, so that way have those opportunities to learn from those things. That would, it's Wednesday, October 8th. So if anyone, okay. We offered an online assembly with Blake Brandons, who we had roughly about 50 students come on the online assembly. He was a hip hop sort of encouraged with growth mindset. Gorman received a complaint that was filed to CDE in regards to SPED students with incomplete immunizations attending the resource centers. Information will be going out to staff and to SPED families in the next couple months, and I'll be bringing back the immunization policy to be revised at the next board meeting. Website, we started a new website last year that's up and running, thanks to Denise Rainin, to Renee, Jose in the IT department. Some legislative updates. So AB 84 and SB 456 are in suspension files. That means that they are not going through for this year, but they could be pulled out beginning January, February into next year. SB 414 did pass and is on the governor's desk. Haven't heard if it's passed or not, or if he's signed it or not. That requires vendor fingerprints, no annual field trip passes, more accountability during audits, and authorizer oversight. Changes the name of non-classroom based to flex-based learning. Next week, Gorman is hosting A+ regional meeting at the business office there. There's about 20 people attending, it's vendors and other leaders that will come to Gorman, and Jeff Rice, who is the president of A+, will be speaking to us. For fiscal, we had an audit. Our audit was set to start Monday. We had to push that back a couple weeks. It's going to start beginning of October 11th is when we have set for audit to start. Our STRS audit, so we had an appeals date set up for the STRS audit as September 28th. That's been pushed back to January 8th because STRS has, there's been discussion about a settlement for that. We received a employee retention credit. We applied for that employee retention credit January 2024. We received an email stating that we received close to $2 million for both schools on July 2nd. It's not restricted funds, so that's general funds. And I think that's all I have.
We can ask questions, right, for this part?
Yes.
What was the total cost for PDD? Because I did not see that anywhere unless I missed it.
PDD, it was separate costs, so we had anything that was DoubleTree was all the food and hotel rooms, and then anything that was paid out to Ruby Payne or to Mark Schumacher.
Is there any way that we can get like a general ledger for the PDD?
I can ask fiscal to pull those.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful. Okay.
Any
Any
other-
other questions, concerns? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask the board if there was any other questions.
I thought I saw. Back. Okay, moving on. Okay, moving on to item number 13, information/discussion/action agenda. This is the review, discussion, and approval consolidated application and reporting system. CARS 2025 through 2026 application for funding for Gorman Learning Center and Gorman Learning Center San Bernardino/Santa Clarita.
So every spring and winter, we apply for the consolidation. We have to fill out the information, how many students we have for EL, for Title I, and it goes into the system for the state and federal, and that's how we get the federal funding. The consolidation app is issued by the California Department of Ed to distribute categorical funds, which are restricted funds for various federal programs to county offices, school districts, and direct funded charter schools. Annually, typically mid-May to to the end of June, each LEA uses the consolidation application and reporting system. We submit the spring release of the CON app. So that's what's being presented here is the CON app. This funding will assist in supporting categorical programs, state and federal funded programs in GLC and GLC SBSC. Please find the attached reports, and I'm asking for the board to approve these consolidation apps for the spring release of 25-26. The fiscal impact is additional federal apportionments, help offset the use of general funding to support federalized, specialized, and categorical programs. So this is our Title I, our EL, homeless foster, anything that has to do with federal funding. So they use the numbers we put into the CON app and how much money we spend per student, and that's how we get the funding for next year. But it's required to be board approved. If you want it to be, you can have it scroll up. It's
Any questions?
would ask for approval for the CONAP spring release of 25-26 application.
I'll motion to approve.
Can I get a second? All those in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it, motion approved. Moving on to item 13B, review, discussion, and approval for all of these 5 items, certified, I'm not gonna list them, but items 1 through 5.
I actually did have a question. Am I able to back up to item 11F? Or are we past that? Okay. No, it's okay. Gotta be quicker than that.
Turn your mic on, Sylvia.
Hello. We have a few salary schedules that we're requesting approval from the board for minor revisions. The first one is the certificated teacher salary schedule. Some of the revisions on this salary schedule are minor adjustments to the hourly rate to appropriately reflect the calculation between an annual salary and the actual workdays for a certificated teacher. The required workdays for a certificated teacher are 190 days plus 25 paid holidays, which comes out to 215 days. And that is the amount that we're using to calculate the hourly rate. It is not a significant change, but rather a few cents. And this information is necessary for the purpose of reporting retirement for CalPERS. We also are requesting to consolidate all teaching salary schedules into one, which would be the PLT, and later on page 2, you will see the career technical education. And lastly, the virtual academy teachers, which were formerly facilitators 4, 5, and 6, which are credentialed positions.
Sorry, just going through the pages again, because I did have some notes on here for myself. Doing certified teacher salary. This is the one, Sylvia, correct me, is this the one that we're removing the word teacher from?
No,
Or that's further down, right? Because I did see that red lined out that I was like, okay, sorry. Okay. I think I just scrolled a little too far down on my pages.
I think I'm confused because there seems to be several different ones that am I missing something?
you should have received a printed copy of the first one.
Oh,
And
so
the-
you're gonna go over each of the,
Yes, so the,
Okay,
so this is just the first one, okay.
yes, so
okay.
the first
So
salary schedule, you have
B1 is
a
what you-
printed copy. And the printed copy has the consolidation of the virtual academy teacher included with it.
okay.
But you're only on section B1, not B2.
Correct.
Oh, okay, that's where I was confused, okay.
We would need to do separate approvals for each
Okay.
item.
Okay. All right. Can I get a motion to approve if there's no questions for the certified teacher salary schedule?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it. Motion approved. Okay.
Second item, we're requesting that the board approves the certificated teacher extra duty compensation salary schedule. The salary schedule is to provide our teachers,
crap.
our teachers with extra duty compensation. We have minor revisions to include a description of what each stipend entails. And yes, this is the one that, with the removal of teacher.
Is this what, is the certified teacher extra duty referred to as stipends?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm getting myself confused on this, Mac. Can you give me the, I'm gonna, can you guys
Everything's-
give me the page number for this item on our board packet?
I think it's page 35, but I'm really confused because it's not in the normal order that we
Yeah.
normally do things.
I thought we
so
were
I'm at a
still
complete
on
loss
page
as to
30.
That's why I missed the questions that I needed to ask. It does.
No, it
It's-
does,
it's-
but then it
makes no
doesn't
sense.
because I had like, you see my notes here? They're by page number?
Okay, so this is the one we, right, that you just gave us, the new one we approved. See, it's not even in, nothing's in order. That's why I'm confused.
I'm confused myself.
So we were just on page 30-something. We now need to jump down. It's like 31 or 32. We now need to jump down to page 40. 'cause
No,
there's
wait,
stuff in between.
no.
Yeah, it's completely out of order. That's why I messed up on asking a question.
Sorry,
that
I thought we were still on page 27.
No, we're now on page 40 for item 2. It's all out of order.
The attachments are out of order in comparison to the agenda. item.
May I ask what that is?
That was the question that I wanted to go back and ask. Why is this?
They typically should be in order.
Why are they not in order?
So essentially, it needs to be in order with item 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's not. It's like 1 and then.
So the one you guys just approved was in your hand.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and, sorry, I feel like there's a lot of confusion. So just for the sake of clarity, I am gonna motion to recant the last, reconsider the last approved motion of item 13B, 1, which was a certificated teacher salary schedule. And Coleman, I'm so sorry, if I can have you actually display that up on here, or someone can display that. Oh,
That one-
if you could
that-
display that, perfect. Oh, can someone motion and second to approve my recantation?
I motion to approve your recant.
I'll
Um,
second. So this is the one that.
All those in favor to approve the recant of item 13B while we all sort out our notes? Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it. Perfect.
But then we're
Okay.
gonna skip to 40 next, the number 2.
So that one was the one Sylvia handed out to you. So we can start over from the one Sylvia handed out to you. It's the corrected one she handed out. So the one that was in the packet is incorrect.
Okay, so that's, I wasn't looking at this one. I was
Okay,
looking at
so
one here.
if we can look at the physical one, that's the teacher certificated. And then we'll put the other ones on here so you guys know which ones we're looking at for the next one.
Sorry, I'm visual and I need to follow along. So I don't know where I'm looking.
So the paper that Sylvia
This
handed you.
Okay, but she's pointing over here, so this is what,
Oh, no, we're not doing that one. No,
I need to take a break.
the first one, yes. You don't have up there, you have the memo.
I think she wants to see the changes, what the change was from original to what it is now, is what I. Page 27.
Yeah, but the one on here is wrong. That one's not
Yeah,
the
I
one.
know, just for clarification, I think what Amber's trying to do. She wants to see what was changed on it, to see if she had any questions, since none of us had a chance to review it prior to today's meeting, when we've seen this one. So 27, page 27 in the board packet is what was given to us and what was just presented on the exact same thing as what's in your hand. You're welcome. Why does it say on the bottom, board approved?
It's a draft.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Anything in red is the draft
Just the
version of
draft?
it,
Okay,
yes.
got it.
But this isn't the one we're asking to get approved. Okay. Okay.
Renee, can you do me a favor? Can you scroll through all the pages? Thank you. Okay. So it would end at page 30. Sorry, guys, I'm a little confused, so, I mean, if you guys have any questions, please ask or make a motion to approve.
I'm okay with it.
We're
We're past-
confused, okay,
Because we're past the
Okay.
confusion.
okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it, motion approved.
So now extra duty is, it's out of order. Craig, then it is on the agenda. Is that a problem in the packet or no? We can just go through the agenda.
The agenda controls the packet
Okay.
is informational.
Okay. So then extra duties is on page 39.
Okay, thank you. 39. Renee, are you gonna mirror that for us? Or can you? I should ask, can you? Sorry, not are you? Can you scroll up a little bit? Okay, so I have a question on this one. Go up a little bit to the top. Why is the word teacher on this moved?
I can explain that.
Oh.
So I'm the one that asked for teacher to be taken off because we do have former teachers that are now working in other roles that are certificated roles that possibly would be doing some of these extra duties. So I wanted it to say certificated. And if we don't do that, if we keep it as teacher, then it will go back and we'll have to take out some of those duties from those employees that are certificated but not a teacher.
Okay. Well, I personally feel that the teacher duties and stipends should remain exclusive to the, the teacher classification and not just to administrative staff.
Okay, then can we approve it without that change? Keep teacher on there?
Thoughts, questions, concerns, comments? Does anybody have any thoughts, questions before I motion? Okay. I know.
I guess what I don't understand is why some of this stuff on the explanations of the stipend is not already in the job description of the role. Does that make sense of what I'm trying to ask?
Some of the things are not something that every teacher is gonna do, and it comes about as extra duties or things as things come up. Ideally, these extra duties, we want to put into that second salary schedule, which we have not presented today. But we want to have I would like to have conversations with teachers that currently are doing extra duties to get their take and how best to roll that out. So right now we have teachers doing these things. Not every teacher is doing it. It's only maybe 2 or 3 SETs. There's a small group of them. So if we were to put it into the job description, then every teacher would have to do the duties. Does that help?
Do we know what we paid? All right, never mind. Scratch that.
So can I get a motion to approve this without the removal of the word teacher, or do we need to have discussion around that?
I motion to approve without the removal of the word teacher.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it. Motion approved.
Okay, what page? Number 2.
So number 3, certificated salary schedule, academic duties, that is not in the packet. That is not there. So the next one would be page 31, which is, I'm sorry, page 37, certificated management salary schedule. Page 37.
For item on page
37.
37, we're requesting that the board approves revisions on the certificated management salary schedule. Some of the revisions include removal of obsolete positions and in addition of range 17 that seems to have been left out at some point throughout the years.
What do you mean by removal of obsolete positions?
The positions that are obsolete or vacant. So one of them is the Director of Career and Technical Education, Director of the Resource Center. That one is actually moved to a classified management position or should be under a classified management.
There's no director of resource. We had another executive director that had put a whole bunch of titles on here because that's what they were wanting to do. And that was one of those. So we've never had a director of resource centers, so it was to be taken off. And the director of CTE, we have a CTE coordinator position. The director of CTE was added on there at the previous director's of CTE's request, being that it was written in a grant. So we're taking that off. We don't need that.
And we don't know what step they're gonna be started at or what their current step is or.
Steps are usually associated with years of experience.
Like step 1, 1 year, step 2, 2 years, that type of thing, experience within the organization. I mean, does everybody start at step 1 and then move up as years? Or can somebody come in if they've got previous experience in the exact same position from a previous school? They may come in at step 8 if they had 8 years experience. Is that what I'm understanding?
To my knowledge, for this specific salary schedule, individuals can come in with years of service. We will grant years of service for experience outside of this organization. This is the first year that we're implementing max entry level of step 5 in order to be able to manage our budget and be fiscally responsible.
Oh, sorry.
Just leave them on.
So everything but in red is positions that are currently held.
Correct. And some of them, the ones in red are the changes, which are the ones that are going to be removed or reclassified.
Okay, got it.
So to be clear, we're just voting to remove some redundancies from the schedule.
Correct.
That was a great question. Now I understand.
Are we looking at the correct page? Sorry. So why does, no, we're not?
Yes, I'm sorry. 37, 38, yes.
Can we go to 37? Sorry, Renee. Okay, so 38, just can we go to 38? Why does 38, the virtual program manager have, it looks like an increase?
Because that position, we're consolidating two positions into one. So we took the CTE coordinator position and changed the job description to be a virtual resource manager
Okay.
So they're going to handle the CTE department
and the virtual.
and the virtual
Correct.
all together.
Okay.
So that
Trying
just
to
it's
help.
increased one step.
Right.
So
Okay.
essentially, we're going to be saving money by by consolidating the two. I understand.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to, oh, sorry, I'll let you do what you guys say. Oh, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it. Motion approved. Moving on to certificated management salary schedule.
We just did certificated management,
I'm so sorry. Moving on to classified salary schedule.
page 31.
Wait, we didn't approve. Wait, we just did certified
the-
management, then we skipped.
That
the
one was
academic
not,
Duties. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's why I have remove on there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so
That at
tired.
the beginning.
Okay. And that was page, what did you say, 31,
31.
32? Okay,
31.
okay.
40, wait,
31 is
so we
classified.
need to go to
Okay.
classified salary
Classified.
schedule. Well, what's
Yeah, you're right,
43
you're
then?
right.
What's that
B5.
page?
It's not listed on the agenda. so
It
we
would be
didn't-
30, page 32 in your board packet. 31 is the cover letter.
Oh, that was the academic duties that I just saw. Okay. So right here? Okay, thank you.
Right.
Perfect, thank you.
Next item, we're requesting that the board approves the classified salary schedule revisions to include addition of workdays for, again, for clarity and purpose of reporting for retirement, CalPERS. We are also adding some positions that are currently occupied and removing some of the positions that are no longer, that are now obsolete, excuse me.
Okay, for this, student engagement and retention specialist, why is this position the only one with the step increase? Is that?
That was going to be another one similar to the virtual manager where we're consolidating two positions into one.
What two positions are we?
So that would be the homeless foster and the community liaison.
I have a really, is how
Then
many
why isn't that
hours?
crossed
Yeah.
out on there? If it's being consolidated, then why is the homeless and foster liaison still on there at step
Because it's,
14?
it's on there, being that it's a federal program, and we left it on there to make sure this position was approved. If this position's not approved, then we still need to have the community, the homeless foster.
So I have a question. I mean, I don't know Gorman's population too well, so are we heavily involved? Like that they quantify a full 260 days? Like, are they busy throughout the year?
All year, for the homeless foster,
Yeah.
they're working with families throughout the year.
And what
community-
about the CTE position? That's heavily involved making phone calls? Like we can't do a job consolidation, a job description on someone else's title?
We can, if you want to approve that and take that whole position off, we can do that as well.
I think that we should revisit the step increase when when we actually look at, when we talk about staff pay increases. So can we just hold off on doing that step increase now?
Sure.
Okay, so I make I can't make a motion. Sorry, guys.
I make a motion to revisit the step increase.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm confused at what we,
So
so
we're
you're
we're
approving it
without the step increase.
Okay,
So-
can that be said?
Yes, so the motion is to approve page 32, which is the classified salary schedule, as is, with the exception that the step increase for the student engagement and retention specialist will not be approved now, and that will be revisited at a later time. Does that reflect your motion accurately?
It does, yes.
Wonderful, thank you so much. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it, motion approved.
Who was the second on that? I'm sorry.
Shannon. Okay. Moving on to item 13C, which is the review and approval of TK advancement to kindergarten.
So per our TK policy, if a student comes in a little below or within a certain grade time frame, if their birthday was within a certain time, they can advance into kindergarten if they do the proper steps. The teacher has to give them a benchmark, a written test, and if those things are assessed in a way that they feel like they're prepared for kindergarten, then we can enroll them as a kindergartner. So I'm asking the board to approve student 90176 to be enrolled as a kindergartner instead of a TK student. And we followed the policies and everything that needed to have that happen.
I'm all about it if they're ready to move forward. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion approved. Sorry. The ayes have it. Oh, any nays or abstains? Motion approved, the ayes have it. Sorry, guys, it's been a long day. Moving on to item 13D, which is the review and approval of school calendar.
So the academic calendar,
Can you hang on one second? What page are we on? Because I'm trying to scroll through after the last page we did, and I'm still seeing
45.
salary schedules on page 62.
page 45 is what we're on.
Okay, thank you.
The academic salary, the academic calendar, we moved LP. I'm asking you to approve this calendar because our LPs ended at different times. We have to report our P1 and our P2, which is our ADA numbers that were calculated for ADA before December 31st and before April 15th. So the first calendar that was approved, Learning Period 5, ended on January 2nd, which means that we would not have gotten ADA for the 2 weeks of December. So I'm asking that we move that date back to the 19th, the end of the learning period, so that we can collect, those numbers will be accounted for in our P1s. And for LP9, that we move the date from the 24th of April, I believe, to April 10th, so that we count those days in our P2s.
I'll make a motion.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it, motion approved.
I'm sorry, Craig, I have a question. I'm just, with everything that, how this is out of order, I have questions on some of like the check registers and deposits. Am I not allowed to ask that now? Because, I mean, can I be given a little bit of grace?
I don't think we're there yet on that page. I would ask though, and I appreciate everyone's patience tonight, if we could just not move the consent agenda around and just have it follow the same formats that we've all followed, or what we see is what we're going off of, because I'm honestly scrambling through my notes and
You feel
it's
disorganized?
I'm getting confused, and I don't like feeling confused when we're proceeding, through a board meeting. So I would just kindly ask that things don't get moved. I want to ensure that we always just maintain transparency, and just something that, everybody at home or wherever they're watching can follow along, since they're not here.
To clarify, consent agenda, I don't believe it's always been beginning of the board meeting. That's when we approve the consent agenda. It's always been at the end of the board packet. That is to be reviewed, and then when you guys come in, then you approve or have discussions at that time.
Yeah, I think I'm just getting confused because now we reviewed these 3 days ago, right? And now we're coming in and, hey, revision, and I had questions on what we had. And now I'm being presented with different information that now I have to visually redline it, and we're jumping from page 31 to 50 to, it's a little
It's a
bit too
mess.
much for me. So just my feelings. I'm so sorry. We were on, so the last motion was to approve item 13D, the review and the approval of the school calendar. Moving on to item 13E, review, discussion, and approval for the deletion of policy 5003.4 for plagiarism, and the addition of policy 5005.8, academic integrity, 5007.3, the student data retention, 7001.14, the staff data retention, item number 4, 2003.1, civility.
So do we need to do those separate, the two of them, or can we do them together?
That would be up to the discretion of the board. They're all listed under a single item, so they could be approved all together
Okay.
or individually.
Okay, so we're on page 46 is the memo for deletion of the plagiarism policy.
My page 46 is the academic schedule.
What we did is there was a board packet that was sent to the board beforehand so that way you guys had time to look over.
That's what
the-
I'm looking
the
at.
consent things.
The one that was sent.
And then there was another board packet sent out Monday with the board agenda.
So,
Okay,
So-
I didn't get that.
yeah, I didn't get that either. So
Can
I'm
you
looking
send out the
at
board
page, so item number 13E is on page number 73 of the board packet that was emailed out.
No, it's a different policy number. That's 5003.4, which is here, and that's not even on our consent agenda. So I don't even know what this is. Does that say, what page? I'm sorry.
So I have it in my board packet from the email was 46.
And I have it on page 73.
Okay, let me look.
Yeah, I have 73 also.
73?
That's weird. Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, another email didn't go out.
Yeah.
73. Okay, I've got it on 73.
We'll figure it out what happened. So I'm asking for the deletion of policy 5003.4, plagiarism, to delete that because it's encompassed in a new one that I'm asking for an addition to. In academic integrity, policy 5005.8. That one entails the plagiarism policy, and it has anything to do with AI, since we have multiple people using AI and students, so it gives us some guidelines there. And it also adds into that that teachers are no longer able to hold high school students on their roster just for academic integrity.
They're completely. Okay, so guys, just for clarification, EI is on page 47. The 5003.4 is on page 47, and then EII 1 through 4 starts is on page 73. So that's the confusion. You're welcome. Thanks to David. He's like, where am I seeing this at?
Yeah, I'm sorry, because mine's 50, so I'm sorry. We'll figure out what happened. Apologize for that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
Aye.
I'm so sorry. So the motion for that one was for the approval of item 13E. Motion by Angela, second by Shannon. I will be abstaining Sarah since she's in the restroom, but it will still be approved. And that was just item
Deletion.
1.
So I'll do item 2 altogether.
Yeah.
So for item 2, I'm asking for the addition of 4 different policies. The academic, which I had just spoke on, had to do with AI, plagiarism, and just academic integrity overall. Policy 5007.3, the student data retention. IT worked with that and put dates in place for when we can get rid of Google accounts and any kind of Google electronic data. Similar to the staff retention policy is 7001.14 for staff data retention. Has to do with emails and any kind of documents and things that are in a staff member's name when they leave the employment of Gorman or at any time, then the dates on that, it would be destroyed. And then number 4, the policy 2003.1 is civility. In the past, we've had parents or staff members being disrespectful, rude, causing teachers and things to be, not feel comfortable meeting with them. So I wanted to make sure there was something in place to where we had a procedure and a policy in place that we can hand to parents that are not respectful during meetings. So I would ask the board to approve the 4 additional policies presented there.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Sorry, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it. I will be abstaining Sarah from this motion simply because she is at the restroom. Moving on to item 13F, which is the review, discussion, and approval of revised Board of Directors meetings.
I am bringing this calendar to the board to ask for approval.
Page?
I have 60,
I know, it's why I'm asking.
so 65. But you
That's
guys would
your
have it
60.
after. Yeah.
So,
We'll wait till you get there. Keep going. Keep going.
okay. I'm now to the personnel report on page 8.
You guys don't have it in your packet of these 2. So Amber, do you have it or no? No? Okay, so here are the dates on the board, for the board calendar that I'm asking for you to be approved. I've added January 13th, which is a Tuesday. That's when unaudited actuals are presented and approved. And I moved up the January 18th date. And I did this because I failed to add dates to the board calendar at the end of last year to make sure that our fiscal timing, our reports and things were turned in correctly. This is adjusting and making sure that these dates are there and that we have time to report our things that are required to be brought to the board for approval.
So with that said, I know you just said it, but with that said, we've made sure to capture all deadlines appropriately for
Correct.
the rest of the school year?
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm asking for approval of the adjustments to the dates.
I motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstains? The ayes have it, motion approved. Moving on to the review, discussion, and approval of unaudited actuals presented by Olivia.
So I asked Joanne Fountain to present from DMS, Delta Management Systems. They are our back office that have been helping with closing the books and getting unaudited actuals together for us. Is she on? Okay.
What page? Or is this a separate email? Or is this one included? in
This one
here?
I did send to you guys early, the
Okay, so
unaudited
that's the one we're
actuals.
going off, the one that you
Yeah.
emailed to us?
Yeah, that one I sent out early because I wanted to make sure you guys had the opportunity to look over it. That way you can come up with questions or.
Okay. Dave, notice David's not getting your emails. You have his email wrong, so he has not seen a copy to look at it.
You need it.
So I'll share my computer with him unless you have a printed copy. Is that the right same one that I'm looking at? Okay.
Hello, Joanne.
Hi, everyone.
They're
Can you hear me
looking
okay?
over and reviewing it right now.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
I cannot see you, so you just let me know when you're ready for me. I fixed my screen. I can now see you.
She's in, she's ready whenever you guys are ready. So they were sort of looking over it. David hadn't seen it before, so I wanted to make sure, give him a little bit.
Okay, as you're looking over it, I'll just introduce myself. I'm Joanne Fountain. I'm the CEO of Delta Managed Solutions, and Olivia asked us about in March to start assisting with some consultation and closing up the books and helping with the unaudited actuals for this year. So while we went about completing the UAs, they presented a significant challenge due to several outstanding items dating back as far as 2020, which required extensive research and reconciliation. Then, once the draft UAs were completed and shared with Olivia, it became apparent that the salary costs and expenses needed to be reanalyzed within each section of it. And I'll show you that in just a minute. And as you're looking at the documents, that you can note that there's the discrepancy when compared to the second interim budget's expectations. And when we figured out that discrepancy, we recommended requesting an extension from your authorizer to allow sufficient time to thoroughly investigate and address the discrepancies. Unfortunately, the extension was not granted. And as a result, we submitted the UAs with the understanding that adjustments will be required. So moving forward, we will look closely with your auditors to determine the best course of action for implementing these changes, either through adjusted entries, or it might actually cause some potential audit findings. And we'll work with your auditors through the next couple months to see which direction that will go. So with that said, I think it's easier to go to the next page, the summary. And this one, let's see, this is Gorman Learning Center. And the revenues came out, you could see there on the total revenues, just about where you're expected to come out. But then here in the expenditures is where we're seeing the big discrepancies in the certificated salaries, non-certificated salaries, and benefits, those first three expenditures there. And that's where we are going to dig deeper to see why there is that approximate $1.5 million difference there. And so that's what we're going to be doing the next month, going through and really taking a deep dive into what are those discrepancies? Why is that showing up with the data that we were given? And if you move on to the next summary page for the other site, let's see, I think it's probably page 9. It has just about the same conclusion here. Revenues came out actually a little bit higher. Looks like you had almost 27.8 0.86 more students, so your revenue came out a little higher there. But same thing with that salaries and the benefits, the first three expenditure lines coming out a lot less than what was expected from the second interim budget. So we need to really look at that, dive down deep and figure out why that is.
Or what page?
That one is on page 9.
Thank you.
And the other pages in between are many details of just what the summary entails. If you had a chance to look at it, I'm more than happy to answer any questions or to get back to you with the information that you may have questions on.
So the numbers, yeah, the numbers they use are the second interim there. Those are the numbers from the second interim budget. And then
Yes.
we pulled all the reports from that were required to do the unaudited actual. So you take what your revenues are, what your expenditures are, and then that's what the difference is. Second interim was given at the end of last year, before the approved budget.
Okay, that's what I was.
Yeah.
Usually in March.
Oh, it was March. I have a point. I just wanted to. March?
And I'm sorry, I can't, if she's asking me questions, I can't hear her at all.
She was asking when the second interim would have been done, and it would have been March.
Oh, okay, all right, sorry.
Jamie Green.
So Tina, is that her name?
No, Joanne.
Joanne, I am so sorry. I apologize, Joanne. Question, I know that you said you are working on figuring out the discrepancies in the reporting. What is the time frame that you believe it would take to get this matter cleared up?
Good question. We're projecting about 4 weeks.
4 weeks from today?
Yeah, through the, no, 4 weeks, actually, almost towards the end of October. We set a timeline with Olivia to have it completed no later than the end of October.
Okay, so would it, so can we have it re-presented in
Yes,
November?
yes.
Oh.
With the accurate?
Yeah.
stuff?
But we do need to get it approved to date. And remember, this isn't, you're not approving that this is correct, you're approving that you've seen it. The board has
Exactly.
been presented these numbers.
And then at the end of October, Joanne, you'll be able to advise the board as to where the discrepancies came from? Because you said you've been working on this since March, right?
Yes, exactly. We'll be able to come back and share what has been found. And really, this part of it has been worked on since closing the books at the end of June.
So is it, I mean, am I allowed to ask, do we just not have the proper software that's capturing this information correctly? Like, why can't we, not that I'm trying to get rid of you, Joanne, but why aren't we able to do this in-house?
In the past, we would, so that's when we had our AP manager and AP payroll and our CBO. So as soon as I can get those positions hired and filled, then we would be able to do this in-house.
And that's a good question. That's one thing that I will share, that having outsourced payroll sometimes makes it difficult to make sure that the information is gathered correctly within your accounting system, because it's a double step to be able to do that?
So right now we
Yes.
use Paycom, which is a separate system than our MIP, which is our internal fiscal system. So having those two separate sometimes causes discrepancies.
So is there like one system?
We're looking into one system that all entails for HR, for fiscal, for payroll and
So
everything.
when you say we're looking, is that something that we're going to do and have not gotten quotes on, or something that we've already entertained and gotten quotes, but it's just out of our budgets?
We haven't even gotten quotes yet. So it's something that we realized with this. Sylvia's already been saying, we need this, we need this, we need this. So it was going to
So
be
is that
something to
something
do.
that we can possibly task to at least have quotes presented to the board by November when she does her presentation?
By November, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for Joanne?
No?
Okay, so then I would ask the board to approve our unaudited actuals for GLC and for GLC SBSC.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any nays or abstains?
I'll abstain.
The ayes have it, motion approved.
Thank you, Joanne.
All right, thank you.
Okay, moving on to item,
Now we would go back to closed session.
no, we removed this one. You're right. Okay, sorry, I forgot we removed item 13H. At this time, I'd like to reconvene back to closed session. It is now 7:03 PM.
What, honey? Right here, on the right-hand side.